Welcome to Groundwork, a podcast from McClanahan Corporation to talk about key material processing topics. Whether we're talking about raw material or giving valuable resources a new life, we'll break down the best methods, tools, and innovations in aggregate and mineral processing that keep the world running. Because if it's not grown, it's mined. Last week, we were at CONEXPO, North America's largest construction trade show, held every 3 years in Las Vegas, Nevada. While at the show, we chatted with a few of our industry partners about their experiences at CONEXPO over the years. Our first guest is Jason Voss, CEO of Stevens Creek Quarry in Cupertino, California. Jason, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. This is exciting.
So tell me is this your first time at CONEXPO?
No, we've been out here definitely every time it happens. We make a trip out to see what's going on in the industry.
What's your favorite part of CONEXPO?
For us, it's coming out and seeing what's new, what's the direction of the industry. Sometimes we get stuck in our own operations. That's where we work and live daily. So to be out and see the way that others are putting plants together, processing materials, it's always exciting.
What's, the coolest thing that you've seen, or what's the most exciting thing that you've seen so far this week?
Well, I haven't made it around the show much. We've been here at the McClanahan booth. Checking things out, so I might have to report back to you on that. But it looks like a lot of good C&D type things going on in the industry that we're looking forward to looking at.
What's a key driver for you to come to this event?
Overall, like I said, we're looking at what direction the industry is going compared to what we're doing, back at our sites, right? And so see what the technology improvements out there are. For us, environmental, where we operate, is very, very big. So looking to see what we can do to stay in compliance, how we can better process materials, a wide variety of reasons, I guess, to come out here.
So I guess this question is sort of similar as the other ones I asked, but I guess what value do you see in CONEXPO as a producer?
The last CONEXPO 3 years ago was the first time I brought one of our lead fabricators and mechanics out here with me, and that was kind of an eye-opener for him. Like I said, to see what others are doing and what the industry is doing. He was actually very happy to see that we are up with the times at our site. He thought maybe he would see something groundbreaking out here from his point of view. He's really down in the nitty-gritty parts of the plants of how he's maintaining them and working on them, but also very exciting. He didn't expect anything like this, the full plant setup here, on display and equipment. It's really seeing what's happening.
Can you tell us a little bit about your site at Stevens Creek?
Yeah, so I'm fourth generation at the quarry. We started my great-grandfather 1936, and we're aggregate producers, construction aggregates, making drain rock, sand, base rock. We also do recycling, concrete and asphalt demolition, crushing that, putting that back out onto the market. And we've been moving towards processing kind of a combination there, bringing some of the recycled aggregates through our wash plant, our sand plant, and really looking to develop new markets.
Yeah. Well, Jason, thanks again so much for joining us today. We really enjoyed having you at our booth and just the conversations about your site and how everything's going and just catching up in general. So thanks again for coming out.
Yes, thank you very much. We're excited to get out and see some of the show.
Our next guest is Ben Tidwell, the VP of Business Development at Tenkata in Louisiana. Ben, can you tell us a little bit about Tenkata?
So Tenkata is over 300 years old. It started as a textile company in the Netherlands. Over the years, during the Industrial Revolution, they grew and developed a lot of different textiles, leading to synthetic turf manufacturing over in Europe, but also here in the United States. And so we have been operating over here in the United States for a couple of decades, but really in the turf industry for the past 8 years. As a final turf manufacturer. So Tenkata Turf Recycling Solutions has grown out of that industry as a solution for recycling synthetic turf.
And you guys are doing some really cool stuff with the wash plant, the McClanahan wash plant that you have. Can you tell us about what you're doing with the McClanahan wash plant and kind of what your goals with that plant were, and then what your end products are that you're getting out of it in terms of recycling?
Sure. Synthetic turf is a pretty complex product. When you look at the turf itself, it's a lot of polymers. It's mechanically and chemically combined with different materials. But what's also in there is a rubber and sand infill. That infill product gives it a cushioning effect on the surface. But when you pull that turf up, it has to go somewhere. So for us, we ship the entire product with the infill and everything down to our plant in Baton Rouge. And from there, we use the McClanahan system to separate the rubber from our sand. So it gives us two clean products that we can put back into the industry, along with recycling our synthetic turf product through another route.
And then you're also recycling some water with that, right? The water you're using in the plant, you're also recycling that water for reuse. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So in our location, water is difficult to come by. So it's a great system that McClanahan offers for us to be able to recycle our water. All of our processed water is actually recycled. We don't put anything through the drain, actually. So it's great for us. We don't have to put in a water line from the city in order to feed this, and it cuts down on cost, but it's also one of our sustainability goals.
No, that's really awesome. The whole thing just sounds really cool, how you're taking that what would go to a landfill and turning it into 4 really reusable products: your water, the plastic from the turf, the sand, and then the rubber, and putting that back out to reuse so that it's not just sitting in a landfill. That's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Takata has really put our money where our mouth is. We believe in this. It's a cost center for us at this time, but it's the right thing for us to be doing, and McClanahan's been a great partner for us.
Awesome. Well, thank you. We really enjoyed partnering with you on this project too as well. It's something really, really interesting, and super excited that it's going well for you.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you for also coming to CONEXPO with us this week. Can you tell us, have you been to CONEXPO before?
Never been to CONEXPO. Been to a lot of shows, but mainly for the plastics industry. This is really an amazing show.
Yeah.
I've got to say, the scale and the equipment. I haven't been involved with a lot of the equipment and companies up until the past 3 years running the recycling business. But it's been a good opportunity to meet some new suppliers, also talk to some existing suppliers, and just kind of see what's out there from this aspect of the market in variation of what I'm used to.
Yeah, so you kind of answered my next question, but so what value do you see CONEXPO bringing to your business for you to take back home then?
So it's kind of a window shopping for me, right? So seeing some opportunities where we can get better in some of our processes perhaps, or get some new connections for parts, things like that. So I think it'll be very helpful.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of the show?
Oh, favorite part of the show? Honestly, being able to see a lot of different equipment. I mean, that's really been good for me, and just seeing what is actually out there.
Thank you again for being on the podcast. Thank you for coming to CONEXPO with us, and glad to have you here.
Well, thanks for having me.
Our next guest, we're bringing to you from the best viewpoint in all of CONEXPO, or at least we think so. You can see kind of everything all around us. Pretty tall viewpoint here. And we are with Matt Stewart, who is the CEO of Sun Enviro. Matt, can you tell us a little bit about your business?
Yeah, good afternoon. The business is 3 different parts to the business. We have a recycling business, which is our Sun Aggregates business, a skip business, which we have 6 sites operating around East Anglia, collecting skips from construction, demolition, household and domestic sites. We recycle the material and take the aggregates and the soils to our Thetford McClanahan wash plant. And then we have Sun Demolition, which is a demolition business where again we take the hard materials, the concrete, the rubbles to the wash plant for crushing and repurposing and selling back as aggregate.
So Matt, have you ever been to CONEXPO before?
Yeah, this is my my 3rd visit to CONEXPO. Previous times I've been more focused on machinery, this time more on recycling. So yeah, it's a great show and plenty of diversity and good things to go around and look at.
So what do you think is the best thing that you've seen so far at CONEXPO this year?
Looking at some of the recycling of concrete and some of the new concrete batching plants, I think that's an area we're looking to diversify from some of our materials from the wash plant so we can reuse the sand and the stone back into some concrete. So and then the McClanahan plants as well. So there's some good crushers and equipment on the stand.
So Matt, what value do you think CONEXPO brings to your business?
I think it gives us some opportunity to see how other parts of the world deal with products, other sort of types of equipment. I think there's such a broad spectrum of machinery, and more focused on some of the heavier stuff, so more akin to our wash plant and what we're doing there. So I think there's just a very, very broad approach to all sorts of machinery and equipment.
What do you think has been your favorite part of this week so far?
Look, I've really enjoyed working on the McClanahan stand with all you guys and meeting the customers and explaining our wash plant, how we came to get the wash plant, how we built the wash plant, and just really sort of spending time with some other operators and hearing their issues and where they're tending to look to sort of move their business forwards. I think there's a big push for recycling now in the US and Canada, and it's been great being able to meet customers and discuss what we've been doing.
Well, it's been great to have you on the stand, Matt. You've been a huge asset. For some background, we have the Sun Enviro model, 3D model in our stand, and Matt's been great at walking people through the process and how it works and what they're doing at Sun Enviro, which is really exciting, and recycling those trauma fines and putting them back out into market. So Matt, thanks so much for being here this week.
Great.
And really enjoyed having you here.
Thank you. I've enjoyed it. It's been great. It's been good meeting customers and explaining what we do.
Thank you for listening to Groundwork, a McClanahan podcast. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite listening app for new episodes and follow McClanahan on social media for more content. Thank you.
I'm Rick Madera, Senior Director of Sales from North America at McClanahan. Did you enjoy this episode? Check out one of these videos and more, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Click notification bell to never miss a new podcast episode. See you next time.